Part 2 of the nightmare with the first rental that I had in Sydney CBD. Where we left off, when I moved out of my last place, the agent tried to charge me $17,000 to re-upholster this couch, that there was nothing wrong with the couch, and then tried to accuse me of stealing the TV, which I didn't do. This is where we've left off. So I gave them all of the footage and info and receipts of all of the cleaning that had been done, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong. Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, never heard back from them. They took my bond, which was like $5,000 or something like that. And then that was it. I never heard back from them, so I don't know what happened with the TV, which I actually tried to ask the concierge, because I ended up having to go back to pick up some parcels a couple of months later, and I did ask the concierge if they knew what happened with the TV situation. They said that they didn't, so don't know what happened with the TV. I'm going to assume probably the owner maybe came in and took it and didn't tell the agent. The agent must have thought it was me or someone else that they let in the apartment took it. Technically, the agent accused me of doing all of that stuff, but assuming they would have been communicating to the owner during that time. Basically, they told me that I destroyed the apartment and took my bond. They accused me of being a thief and whatever. Okay, so the whole point of them asking me to move out, even though I had been there for 5 years, was they thought that they were going to be keeping the apartment for forever, but then they had a son that lived overseas. Son was moving back, and they wanted the son to move into that apartment or whatever. So they were kicking me out so the son could move into where I was living. So I moved out in September. He moved in October. And then 6 months later, I get an email from the owner of that apartment saying, hey, our son decided that he doesn't like Sydney, so he's moving back to Europe or wherever the hell he was living before. I think it was London or something. So he's moving back now, so you can move back in. What do you mean? Like, you took my bond, accused me of destroying the couch, accused me of being a thief. You kicked me out of my place that I'd been living in for 5 years, that's fair enough, right? But then now you want me to move back in after 6 months. Why would I not think that maybe your son is going to come back in a year's time and then I'm going to be kicked out again? It had only been 6 months. Obviously, I'd found somewhere else to live in that time. I have a theory on why they did that. So the rental market, as I've been saying in my recent videos, market in Sydney is all over the shop. So rentals in that area around the time that they wanted me to move back in were down. So they were asking me to move back in with the rent that I had been paying previously. So maybe the agent never told them about any of that stuff. I don't really know. So my guess is they were asking me to move back in for the same rent because they were going to get way lower if anybody else moved in. But I don't know. Anyway, so that was that whole nightmare. I would like to know what happened with that TV, which I still don't know. You know, maybe I should have asked the owner. like, yeah, I'll move in if you tell me what happened with the TV, because I'd really like to close that case. I would sleep better at night knowing what happened with the TV, because I'm nosy like that. Anyway, now I'm buying a place, and thank God I will never, ever have to deal with any of that crap ever again. Thank God.